Nope. No. Welcome, YouTube. So this isn't severe, but this is how the night that we went tornado warned in Tulsa was. It was a pop-up storm that all of a sudden gained some tracks and some steam and then became severe and then went tornado warned. So, and that was not in the cards that night. I don't know if that's the same thing we're gonna have today, but we're not gonna sit at home and wonder what if. So hold tight. I'm bringing Facebook on, and then we'll be dueled up here. Welcome YouTube, Facebook, you're now up here with us. This is just a little pop-up. It hasn't gone severe, but like I just told YouTube, this is how it was the night that brief, but tornado warned storm up in Tulsa. I actually did put down a tornado for a brief moment. We were just behind it, but out of sight. Anyhow, so this has some similar fingerprints of what that night had, so we figured we'd go jump on it. So we are just about 20 minutes from the core of this. So I'm not going to share it in the groups or anything yet because it's not officially on the board, but I got a hunch it might sneak on the board. Let's take a look at radar. I don't know. Still got a half inch, 1 inch hail. Now it's down to 3/4 inch hail. But it's isolated by itself, so if anything, it's just fun to look at. There's the other one that was next to it, but right now these are not presented to be a problem to the public. So we're just looking at sky art for the moment. Just a backyard, get out of the house for a second. Anyhow, how's your guys' day and evening going? Wherever you're at. Montreal. You know, I got a sweet message from a gal today, a lady who just recently saw me on the Weather Channel and didn't know that's the platform she'd first seen me on. And then today she got to go down and see stuff that on the channels and pages and whatnot. And it was cool to have that interaction. So I got me to thinking that there's some of you that have been here since day one, mainly because COVID shut everything down and I happen to live in the backyard where it all happens, and then from that point, so I always am going to treat this like everybody who's coming on, there's new people. So for those just joining, welcome to the channel. This storm is very loose. We're just going to call it like we see it. And I don't have the highest hopes, but it had a decent hail core and it was gathered up. It had a nice anvil when we were at the gas station. I wish I would have gone live then. So I don't know, but we figured we'd go make a run on it. It's literally 28 miles away, so that is as backyard as you're gonna get. I mean, you can get even better when it comes right over your backyard, but anybody who is aware of this little pocket of Oklahoma knows the storms come over here to die or miss us. There's an interesting, that one looks like it's starting again. We might take a left up here instead of a right. Let's see how that looks like it's starting to mushroom up on radar. Give yeah, right there. Sorry YouTube, That little storm looks like this one might be dying here. We'll see though. Hold tight. They're just confused little cells. That's kind of everything on the board tonight, but I had a hunch with there's a severe, it's still severe up in Springfield. Oh, I got a little lispy there. I thought maybe since we're on that same 45-degree angle of those storms, that if these started to gather steam together, I mean, this has a decent little massive, but yeah, that one to the far left, Nate. Everybody welcome Nate back. It's been a hot minute since he's been with us. We haven't had a lot of weather to bring him into. Nate's does a lot of the radar teching at home, so big shot. Yeah, that little nothing of a plume, but you know, they all start somewhere. Again, this is exactly how it was that night when the brief touchdown or spin down in the Tulsa tornado warned storm. It was just exactly like this. Nothing was happening, then all of a sudden something floated on radar by Stillwater. Next thing you know, it moved towards Joplin at a snail's pace, and then it put down a little brief spin down in Broken Arrow. I said Tulsa, really it was Broken Arrow. So we're just basically doing another little make a run. Let's bring the community together for tonight. Say hi to everybody. Just a good reason to chat. Sunset's going to be excellent. Look at that. Once that sun disappears right over those clouds, that should be one for the ages. So if the storm doesn't do anything, I'll give you guys a pretty good sunset. We'll time lapse it up like we always do. But yeah, that little bubble over there. For those that are going to ask, I'm sure in the comments, because I'm not getting to the comments, but yeah, Stillwater. Oh, I didn't put that in the thing, did I? Yeah. We are north of Stillwell. Where is Stillwell?
I don't know, but I feel like we're still probably north of it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't think that's a false statement.
No, yeah, we're north of Stillwater, just like the movie, on 77. I mean, you guys always know that's my favorite highway, my favorite number, the year I was born. It's always my jersey number and all the sports I played that they'd let me. Basically, any of those having, you know, storm, was it storm deficiency? What's the name of it? Yes, I've heard this term before. Now I can't remember it. Storm something. Basically, you're missing storms.
Yeah, I was like, I can't think of the word.
I can't think of it either.
I know what you're trying to say, but
so for those that are having that uncurable ailment that I can't remember the name of, we're out here to help you too. Yeah, that little cloud is puffing up. It's starting to. It's building out of nowhere.
Wow.
All right, so that's going to be what we'll track on here. It's not even on radar, I can tell, as much as I can tell. But that little nothing could atom bomb into something, because that's how they all start off. Well, it's got a stout. We are in the fine nation of the Otay, Missouri. Otoe, excuse me. Otoe, Missouri. You know what? I don't know.
spell. There's no A in there.
I don't know. What do you want from me?
I want you to say it right.
I do too. Trust me.
Okay.
I do too. The Oto, Missouri. Missouri.
It's all right.
Sorry. One of these days. I've only been here 4 years. Going on 5.
You know what? That's about 4 years too long.
I know. They love me here though, so good luck on that one.
That's funny.
They love me.
Ah, okay. All right. You're done.
And I love them, man. They know that. Everybody knows. I got much love for this little strip of the earth. Yeah, that is going to be a righteous sunset. For those that enjoy the good sunset, this place offers the trees pop up. But just have to take my. I know.
Take his word for it.
Caleb, we're on 77 south, heading towards Stillwater.
I think you're right. It is 177.
It is 177, isn't it? Yeah, I said 77. We're past the 77 juncture. Keep it easy.
Yeah.
We're technically. So that one we originally started on is fizzled fast, but at the gas station it was righteous right before it split. If you guys are looking on radar, it's split over Stillwell water. Sorry. I know. It's going to be like that the rest of the night. Okay, so the drinking game tonight is going to be how many times I mess up the towns. For those that like to, I got asked last time, you don't do the drinking game, and it doesn't have to be alcohol. We'll do water, Sprite, 7-Up, Dr. Pepper, Coke.
Stay hydrated.
Just stay hydrated. If you choose making an alcoholic beverage, awesome.
Mix in some water while you're at it.
Yeah, just, but tonight's drinking game will be brought to you by my unintelligible wordsmithing. So this one is interesting. Just in the time we've been zoomed in on this thing is kicked up to the right, still not on radar. But those are, as you know, 5-minute scans in some cases. So that's probably hiding in that 5-minute pocket right there. So that's gonna be a little drop on radar, but it's starting to do something. We'll go sneak right into it, or right next to it. What do you want to do? You want to time lapse it? I don't know. I've got so many time lapses I haven't even released.
Sneak into it.
You want to sneak into it?
Sneak up into it.
All right, that's what we'll do. You guys will have to deal with that sound. I switched over from soda to water. I'm trying to get rid of a nice layer of carbs that have built up around my stomach. So water and lack of fast food and a little bit of workout will do wonders. So that's where we're at in the game. I know. Rome wasn't built in a day. Hey, if you look though, the last 2 years, like when I was a month out from the hurricanes, from Laura and Ida, you can see, especially the last 2 weeks, I just start shredding it, zip it down.
Didn't you talk about doing this like months ago?
Yeah, but it's always the same.
You're just a procrastinator.
I procrastinate. And I'm like, okay, I got 3 weeks to drop 30 pounds.
Yeah. You're going to be like, how do I lose 30 pounds in 2 days?
No, I already know how. The thing is, you gotta have, like, we got really lucky in Laura. If that 20-foot surge would have come in, we'd have been up there for days, if not weeks. And you gotta, like, how much water did you bring? There's no power. There's no anything. It's the worst scenario you can imagine on Earth. So if your body isn't ready, and then, oh, by the way, I'm gonna host shows and do, oh, by the way, give the public, the consumption for weather. And then make sure you're surviving. There's just so many things that go into it that for me, because I get chasers that are like, why do you do that? For me, it's all I've done, it's all I know, and
it works for you.
It works for me, and if worst case scenario,
it works for you.
Again, like Ida, we could have been in way worse than Ida. We were in way less roadways. Laura, they were about as opposite hurricanes as you could get. Laura was right next to a major highway in a huge populated city. Huge in the sense 120, 30,000 people. Ida was in the boot, the bottom of the boot of Louisiana, and it was in very sparsely populated shrimping communities. I mean, home was decent sized, but everything, you know, from home into the ocean to the Gulf. And so we could have been trapped there. You know, you don't know. Situations and scenarios are so incredibly volatile from one second to the next that I don't want to have my body not be ready on minimal sleep, calories, water. You know, anybody that can tell you the more you train for that scenario, you're going to be, the better off you are. And so that's what I've done the last 2 years. And I wish I would have taken the whole summer to get ready, but a lot of irons in the fryer, and that's going to be my lame excuse. So now these last 3 weeks, I got to lock it down. So it's been just minimal.
Where are we going?
Yeah, we're just keep going.
Okay.
We're gonna. It's got a decent little. It's wobbling right. It's wobbling right, but. I'll start getting skinny in my face, and then my mom will text me, "You don't look good."
I've seen you when you've been
Yeah.
in your face.
No, it's fine. Then when I get back, I'll
Plump
get.
back up?
I'll get it all back and go into the holidays, a fat happy guy again. But I'm just, you know, especially if the season's prolonged. You know, if we're in that scenario over and over and over.
I was thinking like last year.
Yeah.
We kept saying we're gonna. This is it. It's the off season. We never had an off season last year.
No.
I mean, we chased on New Year's Eve.
All the way
New
through.
Year's Day.
Yeah.
And I mean, we were the day before my birthday. We were chasing. I think the day after my birthday we were chasing.
Yeah. So this thing is just an absolute pin drop right now, but it's got a decent little base going on it. Looks neat. If anything, you guys get out of the house with me. So sometimes it's just fun to give you all a slice of somewhere you may never go. For a lot of people, they just flat out, I get those messages, people like, man, I'll never be able to afford it. I got fill in the blank. I've heard a lot of stories and understanding reasons why, and they're like, but I get to watch you, and that's as good as it's gonna get, and I appreciate it. I'm always like, thank you, man. I'm always humbled, man. I got some cool messages this morning from a few people that sometimes I get in lulls, and I'm like, what, where, when, why, and then I get like an uplifting message. Yeah. So that's why we do it. I think it's kind of interesting. I wish we would have thrown a time lapse on this one, but it wasn't even there when we started this journey. So this one just fizzle died. Look at this.
Yeah.
Here, I gotta zoom you guys both back. This one just went orphan anvil quick. But this shot up quick. It should drift right over to here by sundown and just make for an epic. So I'll think that sometimes, and then it just doesn't happen. But this one's getting a good twist on it. That's what we're getting. We're getting a nice little corkscrew on this little guy over here. If anything, we'll just give you guys some cloud art tonight. No, Caleb, I don't think you will. I really try not to ever say you'll never see a tornado anywhere, because one thing I've seen in my short time out here is they can materialize out of a lot of nothing sometimes, that people, you know, that just wasn't forecasted. But tonight, down at OKC, from what I'm looking at on radar, you're fine. It's almost like a mushroom cloud going away from OKC. Everything's drifting away and up and back into itself. Yeah, this one's still not on radar. I wonder if it's just too small. Or we're still in between scans. Maybe when it went by, it was just so small. It's got a very defined base for how small this one is. It's crisp on the bottom. Railroad track, sorry. Shaky. Look at that. That is defined. I mean, that's... Tell you what, why don't we go up here and take a left? So,
Right here.
yeah.
Yeah, I wish we had time lapse that. That would have been awesome.
Oh, you still can. Actually, I don't have another holder. So, I mean, I can always come up with something.
Yeah, your hands on
I get, yeah. Yeah, it's true. Alright, hold tight. Trees here for about another 30, 20 seconds maybe. Maybe even less. Yes. 5 more seconds. There we go. Yeah, it's got a stout spine on it. Still not on radar though. Or our radar's lagging. But sure has a... Optically, it looks beautiful.
Yeah.
It's not on the board. There's nothing there. So I don't want to give any grand illusion here that there's something popping off. But it sure looks fun.
Fun.
Yeah, it's fun. Here, I'll get to the comments here in a minute. We're gonna find a spot and pull over for just a little bit. I want to give you guys a good background. Oh, that would have been nice to get the pond on my side, but we'll figure it out. We'll see a good spot here and just stare at clouds all together. Alright, we're gonna be in the trees for a second. So hold tight. Oh, the 412's up here. Yeah, we'll take that down to Glencoe. Somewhere between here and Glencoe. We'll take it. Find a little patch of earth. It's some cool church or get a time lapse of it right over in Oil Derrick, or we'll figure it out. just outside of town. We're gonna take a ride onto the 412. And it'll take us right to it. I mean, you're seeing a slice of Midwest America. Going through some towns that have less than 100 people. Tell you what, you see, I've been around this nation a couple times now, and it's interesting to see the different levels of, I don't want to necessarily go down the whole poverty level, or like song and dance, but it's interesting to see how different, and to see with your own eyes. And Leela, probably, yeah.
You know what that means?
I know. Get a drink. I just butchered it probably 3 times, but we'll count them for 1 because I don't want to sugar spike anybody that quick in the game. I know.
We had to stop watching your live.
We really used to like watching until you started making us play that game. And no, sorry.
Okay.
Next to us, we can count it that way. And we're back.
Not to you.
Oh, that's fine. I get it.
Wow.
Okay.
Use my sayings.
Oh, I'm stealing that for sure. The amount of things you've stole from me, I can't think of them, but when I do, I'll tell you. Just listen. Struggle bus is a good. All right, see up there? It looks like a big tower, something. Saddle. Same distance you go one way, you go the other, and it immediately loses trees. We live right on the line, right on it. It's pretty much Dixie Alley from here on out. If you go east, you gotta go that far. Okay, so coming up, what is this? Oh, cemetery. You know,
I'm calling it Greenview.
they call Union Cemetery in Glencoe. Yeah, that's a great spot.
Okay.
But I'm not about chilling in cemeteries. It's always weird if you're not there to visit one of your own. About chilling in cemeteries. It's always weird if you're not there to visit one of your own.
One of your own?
Well, you know.
I got it.
I mean, it's not weird. I've done it, but because sometimes you want, like, cool parts in America have cool old history.
Yeah, they do.
But it just gets weird after a while.
Lake Chimney or Long Chimney Lake?
I don't know.
That's correct.
Let's just see if we can pull into this satellite. Or the next. There's a. Yeah, perfect.
Which way?
Yeah, just keep going. Going. Go and then, yep. Perfect, you get it. Yahtzee. Go.
Did you open your door?
I'm just going to use this one to time lapse.
So hot out there?
It's not that bad. I mean, it's probably just, I'm so used to it being a million degrees that I'm only...
Oh, yes it is.
It's not that hot. It's just lots of hot. You guys want to check it out? See if we can find some snakes. See if legit now. Huh? Yep. If you sneak down, you'll be good. I have it on 0.1, so. Just careful. Yeah, there you go. I wish I could translate the heat and humidity to you guys, because there's some people that are cold. That is the biggest grasshopper I've ever seen in my life. Holy moly. That thing looked like a mini kangaroo. Did you guys see that? Probably not. I can't zoom in with both hands holding each phone. There was just a mini kangaroo that just jumped out of the grass over there. World record. Never know. Probably call it like a locust, but I don't know. I mean, it's just saying there. Okay, hold tight. Nate, every phone is being used for something. So I can't look at radar without stopping the flow. So just tell me. Yeah, it does. It looks like a mini kangaroo. It was huge. I wish I'd have caught it on I'm just gonna wear a GoPro from now on. So much stuff happens that I used to have another GoPro. That's another day. Anyways. Yeah, mini kangaroos. So Nate's telling me southwest on radar is a special weather statement. All right. I don't know. Yeah, I know. We weren't looking to go too far. This is just a gut check on if this went severe. And although this one is doing mighty righteous as far as looking explosive on the left side here. It's gotten a little hotter.
That's why we went into the shade.
Yeah, you did. All right, I need you to take. YouTube, hold tight. I'm gonna look at radar. Just hold tight. Okay, thank you guys. So he's talking, that would be this storm. That's going to be right there. Dead center of your screen in the distance is the McAllister plume. So we're right in line with all of them. I don't think that one will be there by the time we get down there, Nate. Then that could end up being the blah blah tornado that we missed because we didn't go down.
Blah, blah.
Yeah, fill in the blank. But I don't think we're going to make a run on that one. It's good old Midwest Americana right here. Oil pumped. Whoa. Did you hear that? Oil literally being pumped. No, I don't know. It could be something else. Yeah. I was like, what is going on over there? It's all right.
A little jumpy day.
A little jumpy.
Wait, what?
Like some animals coming over the bushes.
You don't typically sound like that, though.
Scott, how you doing? Still convinced I went to school with you, Scott. Every time I see that last name, Asunciao, I'm always like, I knew a Scott Asunciao from Sheridan. McAllister has rotation. I mean, that's a good 2 hours away.
Yeah, it is.
So I can assure you that we would never make it to the rotation in time. Now, could we make it to future rotation? I will definitely be kicking myself later. But we are just chilling right here. Yeah, it is warm. I don't know how long these phones are gonna last. They might get heat checked.
I know.
They don't seem to do well in this. I'm trying to keep the sun off of them, but I mean, it was like 105 today.
That's all.
I mean, it feels like 105. So, but it turns out electronics feel every bit of that 105, whether it's 97 and humidity 105, or if you guys knew the effort you have to do. I saw a storm chaser today. I said that I was trying to bring you guys footage, but my phone kept overheating. That's why when I do those time lapse, you got to keep the air conditioning vent just 1000% open, because
Like
it's the
full
only
blast.
it's the only chance phones have of doing time lapses on the dashboard. And even then, you can lose them. Is that time lapse still on, or is it done?
It's still on.
Okay, if it gets I went airplane mode on it, so. I know, I'm probably letting some of you down not making a run all the way to McAllister, but that's 2 hours down and 2 hours back for a storm that will be ghosted. I've learned this on days like this. If you guys watch, go run the radar back for the last hour. Everything gets a pop up and then down, up and down. Nothing's carrying, but it sure looks pretty. Yeah, it's still on. You guys check out my improvision right there. I definitely did not bring a skeleton crew on the equipment. There's another giant one. That one wasn't as big. I'll walk in front of my time lapse trying to get to it. But there it is. Mini grasshoppers, or mini kangaroos, giant grasshoppers. Go over the dirt over here. It's a little quieter. I'll walk in front of my time lapse. Fire ants, though, they're real. They're a real situation. So I try to be respectful of their areas. They are not very respectful of mine, though. I'm not gonna lie. Anybody who's watched this long enough has seen me get bit up by some fire ants. Anyways. Oddly enough, I don't see any little critters out from these nests. No snakes. Haven't seen any. Oh my gosh, I gotta tell you guys a story. So, we went by an armadillo that unfortunately was deceased on the side of the road. And Courtney thought it was sleeping. Okay, so not only did she think the armadillo was sleeping, this gets even better. We went past this snake, and unfortunately, once again, it was hit, and it was upside down, and it had already passed away. And she says, "Oh, look, it's sunbathing." So for the record, she thought that the armadillo was sleeping on the side of the road, and she thought that the upside down snake was sunbathing.
I didn't see that it was upside down at first.
That's all right. You literally said, "Oh, look, it's sunbathing." Boom, roasted. Oh, we lost Facebook. Temperature. Facebook's done. Maybe start the car. Oh yeah, that phone is 1,000,000 degrees. Woo! I don't know the shelf life on how many times you can do that to your phone, but Apple seems to just never let me down. All right.
Right here. Front of that. Sorry about the sound.
Yeah. YouTube's like flexing. Look, our temperature didn't matter.
Yeah, ours didn't read.
I think it's this case. I think the Otter case holds in that heat. And here,
Well, and you have to have everything black, so.
well, this one's black, but this is a thinner case.
Side story.
Right. I'm sorry. Look at the tiny little mimotus coming out.
The what?
The mamatus. Just two little mamatuses right there. That's it. Just a micro storm.
My phone
It's bubbling. There's just a tiny little anvil there.
Bad pretty late, and the first one I woke up was like a couple hours later, and I was up for a while. It
does look like a cruise ship, doesn't it?
Yes. It's blowing right on my eyeballs.
Oh, we don't need it. It's cooled down. I mean, if you want to keep it for you, but you don't need to blast the photon. It's got a nice little vector there off the side. I like it. It does look like a ship. All right, should we bring Facebook back to the party?
I guess.
All right. What do you think, YouTube? He's like, no.
I can't believe you told them that
I know.
about this armadillo and the snake.
I know. I said I wasn't gonna. And then I did. So that kind of makes me a liar.
I'm used to it.
I know. I know. Oh. Freak out.
Yeah. I hate that sound. Driving that struggle bus.
It's driving it. There we go. We got through that together. Just driving it.
Why?
Oh, that's a good question. I don't know.
Oh, look at the moon.
Where's the moon? Oh, right above it. Oh, look. So look at 11 o'clock. That's the moon. You guys see it? Just off. Well, it's the moon. I mean, you guys get it. They get it.
It's in the sky.
It's in the sky. You look just
Above the cruise ship.
above the cruise ship. It's not a okay. All right. We'll call it a cruise ship.
I mean, it looks like one of those big, like, carnival, like, cruise ships.
I know.
I've never been on a cruise.
You haven't?
No.
Pretty sweet. A lot of people say I wouldn't want to be on a ship, and I get it. But they're so huge that you don't even feel like, yeah, it's literally, you don't feel you're even on the water. It takes a lot to make them feel like.
Yeah, I've seen videos of big old waves.
And you're just like, you're not gonna get that in the Caribbean unless there's a hurricane. But like I went on a cruise ship and I had a blast. There was like 20 restaurants, theater, casino, water stuff. Like there was a surf thing. There was a putt-putt.
That's where I'd be. Is Pepsi.
Yeah, at the time I think there was a putt-putt. I might be wrong on that.
I'm sure.
Because now if someone's gonna Google the ship I was on and be like, I thought there was. There was just so much. I mean, it was just like, it was sensory overload.
Like, I went on that cruise because I wanted to play
Yeah.
Fortnite, and they didn't have
And you
Fortnite.
lied to me.
Didn't
Oh,
I?
hey, Teak. And
Wow.
yeah,
Yank 'em.
it was Oasis of the Seas, and at the time it was the largest cruise ship in the world. And
Really?
Yeah. And so
Of course, you had to go on the largest one.
it just worked out that way. I had nothing to do with it.
Yeah.
So at the time, flat screens had just come out. Like they were like ridiculously over.
okay.
Remember when they first came out? It was like 12,000 or some stupid amount for a flat screen. They were just dumb. Like a 40-inch was like maybe it's $1,200. I don't know. They were super expensive when they first came out. Like an
Yeah.
05, 6, 7.
I was still really young back then.
And so we had those in the room, and they had the captain's channel. You could see anything the captain was looking at. You could see in your room.
Oh, I'm sure that you were probably.
I dorked out on
I
that.
bet you did.
For way longer than I should have. And yeah, when we went through the Bermuda Triangle, everything went to zero. So that was the coolest moment. I wish cell phone cameras would have been around when that happened, because that video would have gone viral times 10. Yeah. Hello, Kyle. It's always weird when you talk to your yeah.
I don't like to say my name.
No.
I always feel weird.
Mr. Stevens, nice to see you.
Right.
Yeah. Noah, if I'm gonna say hi to Kyle, I better say hi to everybody else. Stacy, Noah, T. Ankum. We had quite a few people on before the heat cut out. The heat cut out the phone. It said temperature, showed a little thermometer, and then Facebook
You
said
think mine's still okay out there?
probably not. I should probably check on it.
Probably not.
Probably not. It's probably
Eh,
done.
yeah.
Time lapsing is such a brutal sport out here. I'll check it out though. I did put it in airplane mode. Oh wow, it got hotter. I think.
He doesn't know. Don't listen to him.
No, still going.
Huh.
Very impressed.
Who would have known that my
It might-
sparkly little case is better than your auto
And
box?
it might be the water bottle absorbing the heat in front of it. And then that's kind of a
Oh, my water bottle? Nice.
yeah, your bottle.
Well, you know I can't drink it now.
No, it's gonna be 8 million degrees.
Well, not only that, like when it sits in the sun like that, the plastic.
It's fine. It's fine. It's
I'm
fine.
gonna just drink yours.
It's fine. Look at that moon.
Yeah.
Just beautiful. Right over this little fledgling storm.
Not really much of a ship anymore.
No, it's lost. It's more of a canoe in half.
Okay.
Well, half canoe.
Hmm. Okay. That one over there. Little.
Yeah. Yeah, there is. In the distance here, I'll show you guys. Yep, little popcorns all over. All right.
wonder how our baseball lineup's doing.
I don't know. Not gonna know until we shut off the live stream. Kind of makes it a mystery.
Right?
Yeah.
What if we get back and realize we're crushing it?
Just killing it. Yeah. Oh. The grasshoppers are mini kangaroos, and the dragonflies are little vampires. Basically small pterodactyls. So you got mini kangaroos, mini pterodactyls. Everything's just on a different level out here. There's levels to this game of insects, and like, you know, there's like a super lion. Do you know about this? They're only on this little island.
Mm-mm.
Yeah. And they're like almost twice as big as normal lions.
What?
Yeah, they're crazy.
Where are they at?
It's like this little island out in Indonesia, I believe. I might have that off, but yeah, go look it up. I don't. The location I might be, could be erring on, but yeah, these lions are like this little area. They believe that the meat that they eat from the different, I don't want to say caribou. That's not right. They're smaller than that, and they're nimble. They think give them stuff to like the natural.
That's interesting.
The super bro science I'm giving you here, but
Yeah. Oh,
but
clearly.
it's legit. It's legit. Look it up.
Look it up. he
Super
says.
tiger, or
Like,
super lions.
You know how many times you tell me to look it up?
Google it.
I can't Google it. You're time lapsing with my phone.
We're throwback to a time when phones couldn't be held for entertainment.
Well, how can I Google it if I don't have a phone?
That's what I'm saying. We have no phones right now. This is like 1992. I mean, pretty much till 1999, but right now. I mean, you could even say pioneer days. They didn't have phones in the pioneer days. So we're pioneer mode right now. No Googling, no maps. Could be some craziness happening and we wouldn't know. I mean, I could read the comments, but
And say if something interesting happens, I bet
Yeah.
that they will tell you.
yeah. Sadly, that's actually happened.
Yeah.
But we won't even go there. Look at that little cone to the right.
Yeah.
Look at the little cone.
To the right.
Just or left.
Okay.
Okay. Yes.
Here, if you need.
I
if
knew
need
you were
help,
gonna say that.
if you do this. This makes an L with your hand, and so that way you know that this
Okay.
is your left side.
Okay. You're done.
All for love. What movie is that from?
I don't know.
You don't know?
I don't watch movies.
We watched it the other day.
Oh, we did? What was it?
Dodgeball. L for love.
Oh, yeah, that's right. How did I forget Dodgeball? I love that movie. What's up, Bruce? Not a lot to kill here, Bruce. We are just staring at... Oh, look at the shadow that's casting
Yeah.
right over itself. Check that out. Look at that.
Interesting.
Very interesting. There you go. You too, YouTube. Check that out. Little cast. Not a lot going on here. But when we popped out to take a look at this, oh, sorry. Probably driving you guys crazy. Just trying to auto zoom. Would love for anything more than Mr. Zuckerberg to figure that out quickly. quickly before hurricanes. He won't though.
It's probably not really at the top.
I can
His
imagine.
agenda.
But I can't be the first person to say.
Maybe you should write to him.
Hey.
Just be very respectful because you don't want him to shut down your account.
It's just, it would be real easy. Hey, if you don't mind, I know you're busy doing other things, but can you get that auto lock? No.
No.
So this is just cloud art. Fledgling cloud art.
They're just here to hang out with you.
Yeah, now at this point we're just all kicking it on it. Right here. Bring him on. There's one. Two. Camera one, camera two. YouTube, Facebook. So thank you guys for all you've done. Big round of applause for both platforms. Without you guys, this doesn't happen. Crossed some pretty big milestones lately. Won't even talk about them right now because it's just silly. But the show is going to continue because of you guys. So I'm going to flip you back around to this. Probably won't stay here too much longer. But I wanted to show you guys a little sample of Tornado Alley when you don't have it. And we thought maybe these might go severe. But when we first started this venture, they
had a chance.
They had a chance. It really popped. It had 1 inch hail
Yeah,
over.
exactly.
Somebody in Stillwater has a story of their house being rained upon with massive amounts of hail quickly. So, yeah. Not gonna lie, we were juggling the idea of going and checking out Hurricane Howard. But we ran into this with Sam trying to catch a hurricane in the ocean.
Yeah.
It's so much harder than you guys might think.
Kyle tried to take an airplane.
You guys, this is legit. Anybody who's been following long enough knows last year I tried to go intercept Hurricane Sam. I tried to tackle Sam in the ocean.
He really did. He was on the phone.
With every
Yeah, he was.
form of transportation. So we went down to Puerto Rico on a whim that maybe the hurricane, would track. But those guys are pretty good at what they do, and it didn't do anything but exactly what they said. So it got to be a Category 5 just 300 miles away from us. 300 or 400. What was it?
I don't remember, but
Or maybe it was 5. It was 500, and the planes could only go 300 max. That was the problem. And then as it got closer, everybody decided to change their policy on going out to.
well, it's a little dangerous.
I was like, with the media, I'm doing a piece on this impressive, because at the time it was impressive. It was a Cat 5, just fish hurricaned away, just taking out the water.
So then once we realized that we weren't gonna,
We couldn't get it. Yeah,
Then
I tried everything.
then we went to Vegas.
I even met an old guy down at the bar, put together by a guy at the poker table, who heard me talking about what I was trying to do. He literally said, "Hold on, let me call." And people were like freaked out, like, "You're gonna get mugged," and da 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 da. And I'd already done it. I already went and met with the guy by the time I told everybody. And yeah, and we came to the conclusion his plane could only it just couldn't get far enough. But he was willing to do it. He was willing to do it for the agreed upon price. It just finally it became a logistics nightmare with mileage. And so we tapped out. Should have just taken that sailboat the first time when we got there, but we were so like, oh, we're in Puerto Rico.
yeah.
Should have just taken the sailboat. That's all right.
I mean,
That idea.
once we realized we couldn't get it, then we went to Vegas and got put up in that amazing house.
I shout out to the Travel Channel. They
Yeah.
hooked us up. So we ended up getting a little vacation out of it. But the whole point of that story was I feel like Hurricane Howard that just got declared a hurricane is already got me itching to go try to catch it in the ocean. I am determined to catch a hurricane in the ocean. I don't care. Submarine, private jet, helicopter. You know the stupid thing is we were so close to getting that helicopter. That helicopter would have happened.
Yeah.
It was fuel. The damn thing was just too far away. It's on my list. It's on my list. I got a couple others.
I'm well aware.
I just can't. I don't want to give them up yet because then people will copy me. People always copy me. So I don't want to give the good ideas up yet.
I get that.
But if I could get a good deal on one of those, like, those drug smuggling submarines. Yeah, those cocaine. They only use them once and ditch them. Somebody's got to deal with that. So somewhere, if I can get, I'm just gonna let that idea out of the bag. I got many more, but I definitely would take a former drug smuggling submarine into a hurricane for sure, and just pop up right in the center. Shoot, I'm the only one here. 50 storms, 50 states. We're out in the ocean. I'm getting the eye wall. Yeah, 100%. I would do that. So you guys know that's the level of dedication.
And he's absolutely serious.
I'm dead serious. If I could find.
I mean, I know you are. I'm letting them know that when you say it, you're not just saying it.
I'm
like,
still,
you actually mean it.
yeah, I'm still trying to find one of those. And I mean, if they can run drugs all the way up from Brazil, I can take me out to the ocean. So, yep. I didn't make the game; it made me. So that's
Okay.
just saying. That would be the funnest, like
Funnest.
funniest. No, the most fun.
There you go.
The most fun way to chase a storm would
The
be
funnest.
in a form. Not to be a drug runner sub. It could be a homemade sub that somebody made.
A homemade one?
Well, people do crazy stuff.
Okay.
YouTube it. Legit, there's a guy that made one like up in
Look it
Illinois,
up.
and he went all the way down the Mississippi in his homemade sub. Yeah. I got a lot of more ideas.
Okay.
Yeah. Drones kind of took out a few of my good ones, though. I had some pretty good aerial ones. I still think I could do them. Just be super sketchy. But one of them was ultralight. We first were building the team. It was a guy from Missouri before his business got just wrecked from COVID, so he had to drop out. But he was like, "Hey, I heard you talking about that ultralight idea. You don't know how close you could actually get it." And I was like, "I'm in." And then he didn't get to come out and chase with us. But the lightning would be sketch with an ultralight. It would be a little sketch, and you see them go through planes pretty good, the lightning bolts. So I feel like that would probably do a number on a. I don't know. It feels like it's a lightning attractor.
Wasn't there like a hot air balloon too, or something?
The hot air balloon was not my idea. I saw that in a magazine, and they had to deal with storms, and I was like, well, what if that was the whole purpose? I mean, you launch weather balloons. Why can't you? Can you imagine if you
No one's in the weather
did
balloon.
storm weather balloon tours? Holy moly macaroni.
Okay.
That would be so intense. Like everybody had like wingsuits and parachutes. Like you know that the balloon's gonna like. This is like an unmanned. You know what I mean? You're going up and coming down's gonna be. I would totally sign up for that.
I don't want to jump out of anything and hope that my parachute opens.
No matter what happened, gravity's eventually gonna win. This is kind of like back in Mario when you used to jump in, and this got me started on this. This is when I started getting compulsive about tornadoes. Was as a kid in 1980 earlys, whatever. Super Mario, it would have been later, I guess. Super Mario 2, when you jump in the little tornado and you gotta try to jump out, and you're going in, up, and down, up, and down. Which one would? I mean, how far can the tornado throw you up before gravity pulls you down? Now, in reality, it'd spin you so far out that, yeah. So, the weather balloon, or the hot air balloon was one. The ultralight was another one. The rock crawler was my favorite, but there's a lot that goes into that rock crawler. Rock crawler would kind of have to be for the aftermath. I wanted to take a rock crawler behind a tornado. One of those ones that are like 2,000 horsepower. But the logistics of having to tow that around, because you couldn't be driving it the whole time. It takes way too much fuel. But nothing would stop it. Trees, power lines, and nothing. There's nothing that can stop those things.
Well, I'm not going to tell you that you're crazy. So.
I'm not done with it. My stepbrother looked into the rock crawler. He found one in Arizona. Then things changed. We're like, not gonna do the rock crawler today.
Not today.
Not today. Talked about an RV.
Yeah.
RV would be fun, but we determined that Airbnbs are cheaper. And
And can you imagine me driving one of those things?
No.
I like, you know my issue with curves. I mean,
can you imagine you hitting virtually every curve in America?
I mean, I guess the good thing is we couldn't go through any drive-throughs in it, right?
Yeah.
So maybe that would be good. Nah.
All right, I'm gonna go with this is
Yeah.
dying out here. Checked radar. Let's check radar. See if anything special's happening.
Goodness special.
It's still severe up. Oh no, it's they lost the severe. Everything's lost. It's okay. There's no severe. The backyard pop-up chase. Especially shout out to those making time watching this live. We'll see you guys probably sooner than